Okay, there we go. But then in English, because we
No, not in Spanish.
No.
Damn it.
Sorry. We tried here after. No. But we have a Spanish guest here. Welcome. I have to pronounce it correctly. Almudena González.
It's perfectly well. Thank you very much for having me here.
Muy bien, muy bien. Welcome. You're here from Deventer, on Saxion, and you're working with the lectoraat.
Exactly.
The Dutch word.
The Dutch word.
But you're going to explain what your role is over there and what specific project you're working on with students and all the people, colleagues with you, because it's an international project as well.
Exactly.
And a European project as well. Hopefully, and you have some nice videos to explain about it. But can you take us, along?
A little bit along the Spanish road, right?
The Spanish road and in your story, what you're doing.
First of all, thank you very much for having us here, having me here. It is a lovely opportunity to talk about this project that is called the Spanish Road. And this came directly from the initiative of Peter Ballast and Bernard Wagenaar from the municipality of Hogeschool. There is no better way to translate it in English, so let's give it Hogeschool.
They will understand.
I think so. And Hogeschool, we're talking directly, of course, about the city of Grolle. And in the city of Grolle, we have the famous event of the Slag Grolle, that is in a reenactment of one big battle between the Spanish and the Dutch in the context of the 80-year war. Back the day. It's always a difficult topic as a Spanish.
It's a forgotten topic, I think.
Now that you say that, that is probably one of the challenges of this project, because it is indeed a kind of forgotten kind of piece of history, not as attractive to many people as it is other kind of periodic historical periods. But I was surprised, I have to tell you. I was last October in the reenactment of the Battle of Grolle, and there were over 30,000 people in one weekend.
Really?
It was a lot of shooting, a lot of people. And that was the excuse. That was the perfect excuse to go into this project that is the Spanish Road project, hopefully an European, at least within a European spirit project. And to give you a little bit of historical context, the Spanish Road was something created in between the 16th and the 17th century by Philip II. That was our king, not so famous in the Netherlands, I have to say.
No.
And it was in order to bring Spanish soldiers from the Spanish territories, back the day the north of Italy, all the way to Flanders, and that was Belgium, today Belgium and the Netherlands, to bring soldiers, but also to create a certain cultural exchange. It was for us very impossible to cross the North Sea because we were basically in war with everyone and everything. So that was a road. It was like that, and it was basically a road that took above 1,100 kilometers, and that was functioning, was working during more than a century. So that's the excuse. It crossed 7 different countries. So we're talking about the north of Italy, Luxembourg, Germany, Belgium, the Netherlands, but of course France and a piece of Spain as well.
Wow, it sounds very heroic.
It sounds very heroic, very, very tiring as well, I have to say.
That's what I mean, yeah.
and I think it's also and it is a very kind of concrete historical period, but it helps to understand the creation of the Europe of today. The modern Europe was born around those years in which there was the decrease of the Spanish Empire.
Core.
Exactly.
Can you explain a little bit more about the core? Why is this story so important, and what does it add to the region? What does it add with these great events and to get this forgotten story into the light?
Exactly.
Why do you do that?
Well, this is coming also directly from the cooperation of the Lectorate of Regio within Saxion, University of Applied Sciences, and the Gemeente, the municipality of Hogeschool. From the Lectorate, I'm part of it as well. I'm also lecturer within the Saxion Hospitality Business School. But from the point of view of the Lectorate, we also believe that the cooperation of our students and of the educational organizations with the development, economic development of the region, we need to be part of it. As part of the region, we need to be part of those kind of developments as well. And for us, that is something that I really love about the Dutch educational system, is the integration of the students within this kind of projects as well.
Very good. I think we have to have a feeling about it.
You must.
Let's see the video. Wow, very impressive.
Very impressive. A lot of shooting.
A lot of shooting.
Yes.
And every 2 years, you told me.
Every 2 years, yeah.
Very good.
It's an event that takes quite a while to be organized.
Very good.
And it is organized every 2 years in Grolle.
Wow.
Grolle today, yeah.
Can you tell us what is the research project doing, or the research group doing with this huge event?
It is a huge event that is the perfect excuse to lead us to the Spanish Road project. And the Spanish Road project, it is, on paper, is quite a long project. It's 5 years project. It is starting in 2022 till 27. However, we should see it as a part of a bigger project that is to bring the history to the modern Europe and also help to understand the new generations about the concrete piece of history that has really an influence about the kind of Europe we are today. We are dealing also with a lot of issues regarding how Europe is today, and it's a way to understand where are we standing for at this very moment. It was the decrease of an empire, that was the decrease of the Spanish Empire, and the rise of the Netherlands as the way we know it. And definitely it's a very interesting way to bring the students, that these are our main stakeholders we are talking about. You're also part of education. Those are our main stakeholders, to projects in which they could set their talents, their knowledge, in order to be part of a solution that is going to be helpful for different kind of stakeholders. In this sense, the first steps of this project is about creating an international network of international stakeholders. We're talking, of course, about 7 different countries, among others. We're talking about different nationalities, different ways of understanding a conflict, which is also extremely important.
Yeah, can imagine.
And I was very happy when I was listening to my colleagues speak about how important it is to bring the different disciplines into a project. Probably one of the most important things, or if this is a project that is very much in their baby shoes still, but this is about how to create a storytelling in order to create a roadmap, a route across different countries in Europe in order to tell a story, and that will hopefully give an opportunity to entrepreneurs, to DMOs, to local enterprises, small and medium enterprises, to find a way to integrate their and to integrate the products also along the road.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. Can you tell us some effects or some results? Or
well, results, we're still very, very early. We're still deciding what kind of effects we want, but definitely it's too early. But we still, I take it as a second invitation, Marika. Definitely. On the one hand, is for sure to try to create a route across Europe. It's a route, there is already a start of it, that is a bike tour around the Grolle and the Gemeente Hogeschool. There is a cycling route regarding the Spanish road, but it's definitely to create a touristic route with a very, very sustainable character. I think, I don't know what if it has been your case, I think as tourist educator as well, every time that we take an article, it says tourism has a great recovery capacity, which is absolutely true, but this almost magical and mystical way of recovering of tourism has allowed us to think that the tourism is a goal in itself. And with this kind of project, what we want to show is that tourism is a tool for sustainable development of the destinations. A way to understand the locality, a way to understand the identity of the different municipalities, the different cities, the different kind of little villages that hopefully we will cross, and also to create a roadmap with a storyline that joins all these different places. Allow me to put it like this: if we are just going to connect places in a map, that is just a geographical itinerary. This goes beyond that, hopefully.
Very much, very much. And what are the challenges, you think?
We have referred to one of them already. This is a forgotten kind of history. I think within Europe, we are very used to see very concrete touristic places that are very much related, one place, one destination, to one magnificent event regarding a certain historical event. The 80 Years' War has always been forgotten because it's obviously a long time ago. It was also an impasse.
We're not very proud about that part of history, I think.
Spanish, we also have our say in that. But it's definitely something that will help to bring a piece of history that is forgotten, but it's absolutely necessary to understand, as I was saying, the modern Europe, to bring it to the young tourists, to not only to the young tourists, but not precisely to the niche tourists. We're very used to see, and for me, the Slag of Grolle was a good example. We're very used to that these historical events is supposed to be very niche, very, very concretely for a kind of target group. We want to bring this Spanish road to different kind of tourists, different kind of visitors. So we have spoken about gastronomy. That is surprising, the big amount of linkages that are in the Spanish road regarding gastronomy, but also architecture, archaeology, history, but also politics.
Fashion, maybe.
No, for sure, fashion as well. So probably that's going to be one of the biggest challenges to bring back in history to the present day a piece of history that is lost.
Lovely.
And definitely because this has an European feel and an international spirit as well. How can we make sure that the different nationalities, the different cultural exchange differences can work in favor of a bigger goal as well? But I am certainly convinced, Marika, that these challenges are going to be turned into the greatest opportunity of this project.
That's well, you told me you're 5 years, so it's
a long time. It's the start of a process. It's the start of a process.
Yeah, that's the story. Yeah, it's a process too. Yeah, good to start.
Yeah, definitely.
And lovely you do it with students. Do they like it?
I love it. I think for us, from the point of view of the lectorate, but also the point of view of Saxion, this is one of the things that I love the most about the Netherlands when I come here, about the educational system, is the existence of the University of Applied Sciences, in which I always repeat to my students over and over again that since day one they are professionals.
Yes.
In a weight of their degree that is extremely important for them. But the fact that we can integrate these students in a project in which their professional talents, as I was saying, but also the personal development is going to be part of it. And the fact that the work field is going to see our students as the professionals, helping them with a certain, for example, in this case, with the Spanish road and the route out of it, I think is a value in itself.
Muy bien.
Muchas gracias.
Dankjewel ook. Thank you very much for having you here. And you took us on a it's a new book.